he wouldn't have been nearly as successful a person if he hadn't been for Mother.
I think one other story that is quite interesting is about the thy being baptized,
Oh,
and
yes,
about
yeah.
the what happened at the two funerals,
Oh, about Mother's funeral, you
Mother's
mean?
funeral
Yes.
and Father's funeral.
I know that I was about, and Father Daggett was the name of the priest. And in this small town, it was the Catholic priest, we lived across the street from the Catholic church. And Father Daggett and my father were very good friends. They were very good friends. And Father Daggett came across the street one day and asked Mother if he could see me. He knew I was sick, and Mother said, why, of course. And she took him up to my bed, and he said a prayer and then went home. And he talked to Mother. The fact that being a Quaker I hadn't been baptized was disturbing him very much. So when I was better and running around, I used to play over there in their yard. I was over there one day, and the cook, I think her name was Bridget, as I remember, came out and picked me up, and Father Daggett put on his robe and tricorn hat, and they went in the back of the church and baptized me. And he wrote a little note to Mother. He said, this, I hope you won't mind, this certainly can't hurt her, and it has put my soul
to rest.
Which was really quite, my mother was very touched by it, as a matter of fact.
Well, what about, I remember grandfather's funeral. I don't remember grandmother's. But I remember grandfather's.
I don't think you children were at grandmother's. I think I wrongly, when I think about that, I think maybe I thought it was sparing you children. I'm not sure that that's correct now, but at the time, I didn't. Mother died in 1940. That would mean you were, how old? You were born in
12.
27. Yes, you were good big girls, 12, and you and Dad.
Oh, I was plenty old enough to
Yes,
go.
I don't quite what my reasoning was about that, but
Well, we had said goodbye to her. I remember that.
well, we went to Avalon that summer. I
Right.
took all three of you girls when Mother was so sick, and we stayed with Father down at our summer place. And when we were getting ready to take the train, we came up to Philadelphia, and Mother was in the University of Pennsylvania hospital.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we took you girls to see Mother. That was the last time that she died very shortly after that. I think 2 or 3 weeks after that.
I think you might tell about the mass that was offered at.
Yes, after she died, wasn't Father Daggett, he had died himself by this time. I can't remember the priest that was there then, but he came across the street and said to Father that he wanted to have a mass for Mother. And he left I guess this is a custom, he left a black card on the hall table, bordered in black, and said a mass for Mary Hughes Ewing at such and such a date. It was a high mass.
Wow.
Which is very unusual for anybody that was a Quaker to have a high mass service. Well, that's, again, is sort of funny because Father, we were all, the nurse and Aunt Alice and my brother and his wife and Garrett and I were all going to go, of course. When came time to go across to go to church, no one could find Father. He wasn't too sure that he approved of this. So that Garrett had to go up the bathroom. He went to the bathroom and locked himself in the bathroom. And Garrett went up and said, now come on, Father, it's time for us to go. Well, Garrett finally got Father to go, but he didn't like it very well. But it was a great compliment to Mother. And when Father died, the priest said, I would love to do the same thing for your father, but I've been disciplined by the hierarchy, and I can't.
But they rang that bell all the time.
What, dear?
They rang the bell all the time.
The reason they'd done it for Mother, or one reason why they felt it was justified, I think, was because Mother had made it a practice to make a contribution to the church for a high mass for all of the Catholics of that church who died and couldn't afford to pay for one.
You know, that meant an awful lot to
That meant a
Catholics,
great
too.
deal
They
to
would
them.
have a
And Mother
mass
did
there.
that habitually without saying anything to anybody.
That's right. I don't think anybody knew it until after she died.
No.
She was good about keeping things to herself. But, you were at Father, you two girls were, I don't think Alice was at that.
No, Nanny and I were there. And we got the giggles because we were so
Oh, I
upset.
remember you did.
It was terrible.
There was a woman in West Grove named Mrs. Bushong. Was the wife of the veterinarian there. And she was very devoted to Father. As a matter of fact, when she died, she left a very substantial sum to the hospital. She came to the funeral. Of course, in those days, we had that awful habit of viewings before the service, you know, with people streaming in, just looking at the corpse, which is my idea of something pretty barbarous, really. And she was there one night, and you two girls were standing in the dining room, and I was near you, and something was said, and all three of us just laughed our heads off. Oh, she was just horrified that Dr. Ewing's daughter and granddaughters just laughed while he was lying there in his desk.
Right.
Wonderful.
He wouldn't have minded.
I know, and it got us, instead of stopping laughing, it got us laughing harder, as a matter of fact. That business of viewings doesn't occur very much anymore.
Well, I kind of like it because then
You
there's sort of,
like it?
yeah, there's something final about it. There's something,
Oh dear,
oh.
I don't.
My father's family
All did that
all
too.
did
Oh,
that,
I'm sure they
yeah.
did in that day.
Did your
Well,
father?
No, not my father, but
Your
when
father's
we went, my
family.
father's sister and
Yes.
sister-in-law and
Yeah, right.
brothers.
They had hours for visiting,
Mhm.
where you came and viewed the corpse. And no, it's not I don't go for it. I don't.
Well, I liked it when your father died. He died in his sleep, and because we drove right up to Wilton, and he was still in bed, and I liked being able to go in and say goodbye to him. I thought that was nice.
Well, you know, I suppose there's.
That was nice.
That was very nice.
Beauty. But somehow to have it.
That's a little different than looking
Yes,
at
it is.
people that have been all dressed up and
Yeah. Oh, yes.
their faces all rouged and hair combed and laid out. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Well, it's the same idea, though. It's like a sort of, people have a chance to say goodbye.
They do look
Well, I
awfully
think
well
that
in the
does what
coffins.
happens. It is what
They look
happens.
awfully well in the
Yes,
coffins.
they do.
They're
That's right.
wonderfully made up.
Oh, indeed they are. They look better than when they were alive.
Right.
That's right. Oh, I can remember that. I remember a great debate about when we looked at Mother, and she looked 10 years younger than when after she'd gone. Everybody thought she ought to have her glasses on. She wore spectacles and
Right on the edge
Those
of,
glasses.
nose glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And they put them on, and Father said, no, we don't want them on. So it was a big discussion about what Mother should have on and off. But
Let's cut it.